Good morning. Welcome to First Parish in Framingham. I'm Sky Burke, and I use they, she, he pronouns. And I've been attending First Parish for most of my life. I'm a member of Senior Youth Group. First Parish in Framingham is a welcoming congregation. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We celebrate and welcome people of all ages, races, gender identities, sexual orientations, abilities, socioeconomical status, or beliefs. We welcome you here, whether in the meeting house or on Zoom, or whether and whenever you may be watching this service in the future. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religion that honors wisdom from many sources. We keep our minds open to religious questions people have pondered across vast times and places. Please be sure to read the announcements in the order of service. Immediately following worship, you are invited to join us for coffee hour in Scott Hall, just across the courtyard. During coffee hour, we will be celebrating the ministry of intern minister Elizabeth Kavanaugh Murphy, whose final Sunday will be with us next week. At noon, our new young adult group will meet in Scott Hall across the courtyard. If you're between 18 and 35, you are invited. Please take a moment to turn your phones and other devices to the quietest setting. Today's service is for all ages, so So we may hear the cooing of babies, laughter, questions, and observations from folks who have not yet learned the skills of whispering. Those are the sounds of life, and we rejoice. We especially love the sound of your singing, so please join in. Since 1701, people have gathered in this community to rest or recharge, to be challenged or affirmed, and those people are like you. You belong here, maybe only for the next hour, but we hope for longer. We are happy to have you here with us. I now invite you to take a deep breath in and out, and continue to take a few more deep breaths, and begin to release whatever you need to let go of, to be more fully present to yourself, one another, and the sacred of this time and place.
A flame within a chalice is a primary symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith tradition. To symbolize the light of reason, the warmth of the community, and the flame of hope, it is our tradition to begin worship by kindling the flame of our chalice. Let us enter into this time and place with these words from Marjorie Montgomery. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift. Now please rise and embody your spirit to sing hymn 1020 in your teal hymnal, Wo Ya Ya.
Please remain standing as we join our voices in both our sung and spoken affirmation. The lyrics are in your order of service.
As I improv for a little bit, will somebody make sure that the book makes its way down this way? I would greatly appreciate it. I am the Reverend Aaron Stockwell Wiseman. I use he, him, his pronouns, and it is my honor to be your senior minister. We share our joys and sorrows in our lives, the happy and sad moments, milestones, and momentous occasions. We set aside time to share the joys and sorrows because we know that this helps build community and can make life feel a little less lonely. You can submit your personal joys or sorrows online, or you can write them in the book that is at the back of the sanctuary. We will sing verses of the song Comfort Me to lift up those joys and sorrows. And I begin with these sorrows. Lauren Strauss shares this sorrow. I'm heartbroken to have to say goodbye to a dear friend and colleague, Sally Lieberman, whose warm presence and inner light have supported me through many hard times. Sally died last week of cancer at the age of 61. Ben L. shares this sorrow. I'm thinking of one of my friends from Quincy whose daughter passed away unexpectedly on June 7th, sending my love and my support. And let us now sing the first verse of Comfort Me. These are the joys of our congregation. Valerie P. writes, this joy, Valerie had an awesome concert yesterday performing with her band, and Amanda will be rocking out today at her end of the season concert. And this joy from Tom G., who writes, my joy is that my son Andrew asked his girlfriend Emily to marry him at Lake Louise in Banff, Canada. Thank goodness she said yes. And let us sing the second verse. The lyric is totally blanking on it. You know what it is. Sing with me. Sing with me. Sing with me. Sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me. Sing with me. Sing with me, oh my soul. And we light one final candle for all of the joys and the sorrows which remain too great to share this morning. Let us now sing, Speak for Me. Speak. Speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul.
I'm going to get everyone from youth group today. All right, for today's offering, it's a Share the Plate week. So the UUSC mission, this is for the UUSC. The UUSC mission statement reads, UUSC advances human rights and social justice around the world, partnering with those who confront unjust power structures and mobilizing to challenge oppressive policies. Our work is grounded in the belief that all people have inherent power and dignity. When Unitarian minister Reverend Waite Still Sharp and his wife Martha set sail from the United States in February 1939 to help refugees escape Nazi persecution, they put in motion UUSC's more than 75-year legacy of advocating for human rights and social justice alongside the most oppressed, exploited, and vulnerable members of our human family. Just weeks after their arrival in Czechoslovakia, the couple watched Hitler's troops march into Prague. They were shadowed by Gestapo agents, Their offices were ransacked, and they had to burn files to protect refugees' identities. The young couple narrowly escaped arrest by returning home in August. Inspired by Reverend Waitstill and Martha Sharp's courageous mission, the Unitarian Services Committee, the precursor to UUSC, was established in 1940 to continue and formalize humanitarian service. For more than 80 years, UUSC has maintained a steadfast presence on the front lines of social justice movements around the globe. Although we continue to innovate in response to the rapidly changing landscape of human rights advocacy, our core values and vision of a world free from injustice, where all can realize their full human rights, remain foundational. Today's collection will be shared with the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee in support of its work around the world. So please give generously.
I'm going to read a poem by Mary Spain called Growing Up. The day I could no longer walk with ease beneath the table made it clear to me that I was growing. Soon my parents' knees were below my eye line. I could see above the windowsill and out, far out, into a world where adults knew all, and children yearned to grow tall and be about. Such fascinating business to be tall. Held out a promise greater than mere size. When I achieved full stature, I would know those peaks of knowledge conquered by the wise. All that remained for me was to grow tall, yet wisdom gained showed wisdom still ahead. Grow up, I find I'm growing down instead.
You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off. Trust me. And that's when you met me.
What happened? Where am I? You died.
There was a truck, and it was skidding.
Yep.
I died?
Yep. But don't feel bad about it. Everybody dies.
You looked around, and there was nothingness, just you and me.
What is this place? Is this the afterlife?
More or less.
Are you God?
Yep, I'm God.
My kids, my wife,
What about them?
will they be all right?
Now that's what I like to see. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there.
You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I looked like some man, or possibly a woman, some vague authority figure, maybe. More of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty.
Don't worry, they'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you.
Oh. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something?
Neither. You'll be reincarnated.
Ah, so the Hindus were right.
Well, all religions are right in their own way. Walk with me.
Where are we going?
Nowhere in particular. It's just nice to walk while we talk.
So what's the point then? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby, so all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter.
Not so. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny bit of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences that it had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point in doing that between each life.
How many times have I been reincarnated then?
Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And into lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD.
Wait, what? You're sending me back in time?
Well, I guess technically, time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from.
Where you come from?
Oh, sure. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand.
Oh. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point.
Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know what's happening.
So what's the point of it all?
Seriously? Seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical?
Well, it's a reasonable question.
The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature.
You mean mankind? You want us to mature?
No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect.
Just me? What about everyone else?
There is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me.
But all the people on Earth.
All you. Different incarnations of you.
Wait, I'm everyone?
Now you're getting it.
I'm every human being who ever lived?
Or who will ever live, yes.
I'm Abraham Lincoln?
And you're John Wilkes Booth, too.
I'm Hitler?
And you're the millions he killed.
I'm Jesus?
And you're everyone who followed him. Every time you victimize someone, you are victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you.
Why? Why do all this?
Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child.
Whoa. You mean I'm a god?
No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born.
So the whole universe, it's just
an egg. Now, it's time for you to move on to your next life.
And I sent you on your way. please rise, embody your spirit, and join in singing hymn number 1068 in your teal hymnal, Rising Green.
So the youth would like to thank all of those who helped us. So if you hear your name, come up to get a flower made by us. Lauren Strauss, Tracy, Kathy, Valerie Packard, Michael Packard, Ben Burke, Sarah Morse-Neal, Matt Crawford, Pete Fontaine, Elizabeth, and Rev Aaron.
In one of my favorite pairs of books, it's called the Parables books by Octavia Butler, the main character creates a religion she called Earthseed, based on the idea that God is change. This appeals to me as theology because change is the only constant. Our children grow into adults. We try different ways of doing things. New babies are born. People die. Change is all around us. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. Most years, we recognize our youth as they grow into adults by doing a coming of age program, which is commonly celebrated in 8th or 9th grade in most UU churches around the continent. Here in Framingham, you've done this program as a credo writing program. Kids write or draw or sing or do modern dance about where they are on their own spiritual paths. And we publish them and they present them in a service. In other places, coming of age is a combination of credo writing and a mentorship program where a coming of age youth is paired with an adult from the congregation. I've seen beautiful and meaningful relationships develop this way. But the credo writing part is always central. But I've had this question poking me over the last couple of years. Why do we ask our kids to tell their spiritual journey in order to be considered adults in the congregations they have grown up with, when we don't ask that of our new adult members who often don't have the internalized understanding of Unitarian Universalists that these youth do? So next spring, I'm going to offer a 4-week credo writing workshop for youth and adults, for anyone who wants to write about and share their spiritual journeys. And I'm going to also, I hope, offer the next group of coming of age youth an opportunity to participate in a mentor program, which I think is something new for this church. But then there's this group, and I would like to invite up Sky, Toby, Justin, Nathan, and Wilbur. Thank you, I got them all. This fantastic group of wonderful people in front of you who missed the entire opportunity to really do coming of age because of the blessed pandemic. The ultimate change agent. This group should have done this work last year or the year before, and in fact, 2 of them hadn't even found us at that point. But as I think back over the last year and what this group has done, I don't need to hear their credo statements, and neither do you. Like the character in the egg, this youth group has been everything and everyone. They've been childcare providers, church school teachers. They've been donors to the pledge drive. They ran the Undecorate the Tree holiday giving campaign this year. They collected donations for and work at the Hope Food Pantry every month. They participate in services, sing in the choir, come for evening events. They know how to UU. They know that being a UU means honoring the holy in every person and every living thing, which is how I've received the message of this service that they've developed for you today. Whether you're a 6th century Chinese peasant girl or a 48-year-old dad, that your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. So I present these chalice necklaces, often a traditional gift to you youth who've participated in a coming of age program, to Wilbur Adams, Sky Burke, Toby Hansen, Nathan Neal, and Justin Schick on this occasion of your belated coming of age, and welcome you to this faith home as the adult UUs you are. Thank you for blessing our lives with your presence. Okay, and I want to take just a couple more minutes of your time here today to say a heartfelt thank you to the people who stepped up this year to volunteer in religious exploration classes and other activities. Without these folks, we literally can't do the work of raising your children into our remarkable faith. When you hear your name, sorry, more baskets. Please come forward and retrieve this small token of our appreciation. Alejandra Duarte, Allison Park, Ben Burke, come up, Brian Blair, Kathy LaChapelle, Chris Ross, Jim Hansen, Justin Schick, Kate McLean, Mary Brunson, Matt Crawford, Melanie Zoltan, Pete Fontaine, Reverend Aaron Stockwell, Robin Hegvig, Rupal Bhatt, Sarah Morrison-Neal, Sky Burke, Toby Hansen, Tracy Fontaine, Valerie Packard, Wilbur Adams. Some of you have taught class once. Others have shown up to chaperone youth events. Others are faithfully present with our kids week after week. No matter how small your contribution, it's seen, it's appreciated, and it's needed. And I hope that you had fun. I know I did. For me, it's an entire privilege to work with these amazing youth and kids.
This poem is From the People of the Houses of Earth in the Valley to the Other People Who Are on Earth Before Them by Ursula K. Le Guin. In the beginning, when the word was spoken, in the beginning, when the fire was lighted, in the beginning, when the house was built, we were among you.
Silent, like a word not spoken. Dark, like a fire not lighted. Formless, like a house not built. We were among you. The sold woman, the enslaved enemy, we were among you, coming closer to the world.
In your time, when all the words were written, in your time, when everything was fuel, in your time, when houses hid the ground, we were among you.
Quiet, like a word whispered. Dim, like a coal under ashes. Insubstantial, like the idea of a house. We were among you, the hungry, the powerless, in your world, coming closer to our world.
In your ending, when the words were forgotten, in your ending, when the fires burned out, in your ending, when the walls fell down, we were among you, the children, your children, dying or dying to come closer, to come into our world, to be born. We were the sands of your seacoasts.
The stones of your hearths, you did not know us. We were the words you had no language for. O our fathers and mothers, we were always your children. From the beginning, we are your children.
All right. And now we extinguish our chalice. Until we are together again, may you hold the light always, and may the light of this community hold you always. Please rise in body or spirit and sing with us, Swimming to the Other Side, printed in your order of service.
strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. No commitments, what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell you lies and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's